if we don't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah. For your patience, we're just making sure everything's A-okay over there on the stage for our two teams. Again, if you are just joining us here today, this is the grand finals of MWI at EWC. Game number 3 already underway for the drafting portion.
By K-Raiders.
Oh, as predicted by Renmar.
Well, I mean, she did bring up the Hayabusa, so.
Both PH never mind.
Oh, okay, okay, I see.
It's the PH connection. Let's go.
It's okay. ID will win the championship, but let's continue.
Oh, what if that ends up becoming an eternal curse?
Nah, it's fine.
I like how we just calmly said, nah, yeah, we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
Okay, Lancelot, Arlot, then the Moscow.
Huh. Farsa, maybe?
Yeah, steal the Farsa. Well, it will be really tough for a Farsa, though. This is a tough Farsa game.
Yeah.
You have the Lancelot, even Arlot.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm also in that same boat of like, okay, if they're not
Just
gonna pick
universe.
it, just ban it.
Yeah.
You have to at least ban it.
Or if they open it, they get again the Valentina.
Yeah. Oh wait, Juice is open.
Your team is banning.
Although it's very mobile, so yeah, okay, carry. They can ban the Farsa, but that might force out the Juicin ban from Vitality when Gaimin would want to pick up the Juicin for themselves. Considering that they already have a true damage dealer and a high physical damage burst on the Hayabusa, I think Gaimin would lean towards either the Juicin or the Zetian as their mid because they don't need any more damage. They need a little bit more utility.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards actually on Zetian for Gaming Gladiators because they had more games with it. Just for the sake of comfortability. Next and for Gaming Gladiators could be Farsa, Jushin, any mid heroes that could either burst, but it's gonna be Kalea for them. Oh, okay, interesting. Kalea ban.
Yeah, I would consider the Farsa as one of the bans coming in from GG because they want to make sure that the carry does not get outranged. She is strong, but she has really low range, and burst heroes like the Farsa with the long range does become a problem for the carry in the later stage of the game, especially if they want to go for in these particular team fights. Kalea gets taken out. They are trying to pin out Vivian, I think, here. Technically against the Hayabusa. We have seen the Cho become an option, the Kufra become an option as well. These are heroes that we have seen Vivian play before, but it's not as meta. So that's another consideration. Ruby is something that we do see going against the Hayabusa because I do think that the Hayabusa is going to be a problem. Game number 1 was clearly very difficult for Vitality to close, right? Without that split push coming in from the Moskov for Shell, I think they could have lost that first game. So we come into the phase now for the bans for Team Vitality, and the Jushin does get banned like you guys mentioned. Considering we have seen a lot of Lancel games that don't go as according to plan because of the range and the pickups coming in from the Jushin.
Yeah, I would agree. By the way, this is a very smart ban from Gaming Gladiators, the Karita, because we all know that it could actually use that skill to stop the heavy spin midway. So the typical ban is going to be Minotaur, still limiting heroes for Ashley. So I think they're just forcing this Akai to be just a pos 5 or tank here for GG, since again for GG here they want the heavy tank as much as possible, but I think it would be best for them to place this Akai on the EXP and have a hard tank against the Lancelot, and could probably hold Moskov in terms of team fight.
Yeah, so 100% I think that guy does go into the EXP lane, considering that the time that they've shown up, it was actually Arya who played it incredibly well, but it was paired up with a Badang usually. And so we might have to see a different combination for the Akai of Gaming Gladiators. As expected, Zetian is going to be the mid lane pick for Gaming. Now Vitality, still it would be tough for them to pick up the Farsa, but I wouldn't knock them for deciding to pick it up. It still plays to their strengths and what they do best.
What if they... I was thinking about Faramis though, but is it great for Team Vitality? I mean, just to counter the low kills and such, but they will lack burst early game. Oh, Selena.
Yeah, I was about to say the Selena. The Farsa is too easy with this composition that GG has with the Usa, with the Akai as well. Selena is a hero that we have seen Cine 3 times, so it's one of her main heroes. Like we were talking about earlier, the choke comes through. They have a lot of ways to lock down every single target. So we might be looking at them trying to disengage from team fight and look for pickoffs instead. GG, on the other hand, they are the ones that want to go in for team fights, right? They have 2 layers of CC with a Tigreal implosion and now the heavy spin.
I'm feeling good about this lineup by Gladiators, although Team Vitality Selena is deadly. Let's see what round 3 or the first score on the board for Gladiators. Let's go, Brigida and Knight.
Thank you so much to our panelists. Indeed, match point is on the line here for Team Vitality, going up against Gaming Gladiators, who I believe I'd agree too. This feels like a much better draft, a much confident draft for them. And you definitely need to be confident in pulling this one off. It's a Tigreal and an Akai.
Can I just say, I think Gaming Gladiators has been so far the only team in MWI. I know it's 2-0 right now, but they have made Team Vitality uncomfortable in certain parts of the game, right? But the main thing is they need to get a win. That's what they have to do here, and maybe this lineup, this composition can allow them to do that. It's so funny too how we just see very similar junglers being swapped in and out, you know?
Yeah, it's just still going to be the Lancelot and the Hayabusa for this matchup, but I definitely agree. And we've had some time away from the Land of Dawn before heading back into game number 3, so hopefully, as mentioned by our panelists, Gaming Gladiators have also had enough time to talk about the things that need to be addressed, because in the first 2 games we've observed a lot of things, I feel, especially in terms of the macro, their decision making and whatnot, and those are going to heavily matter for this one because they are going for a very teamfight centric comp, and they can't mess up in terms of targeting, in terms of priority if it's about that, but that's a nice force on the trigger.
She's going to go for Shell. She gets the Purify. So both gold laners burning the battle spells. A Flicker and a Purify down for both of them. And good little rotation for both. I think Panda still want to be careful here. You know, last game it took her a little bit of time to really build up on this carry. And it might be the case if she's able to build up faster, and then maybe it puts them in a position to contest some of these objectives earlier or have a better opportunity to do that.
Yep, like in the fast rotations and the early rotations coming in from Team Vitality. But we have to watch out for Game In. This is a pull yourself together Tigreal that Ashley actually has. Also prioritizing the rapid boost. The setup might come soon, but okay, that was close. But just force out the Flicker, although Arya...
Oh, Arya, she's going to survive this. Oh, she pops the Flicker, but she's burning from Vimval again. Little impure rage there too. Still the pressure. Ashley on the run. And Nicolette's going to want to get her buff here, though. I'm not sure if she's going to pull the trigger on the shadow kill. She does, and she'll find Cindy. Now looking for some more damage, but again, a trade, though. Gaming Gladiators will pick up one.
And just as we mentioned that you have to pay attention to the potential setups, Cindy feels like the biggest problem now for Gaming Gladiators. Always able to keep an eye out on where Ashley could potentially come from, and Ashley was the one who could have set things up for Gaming earlier because Arya was forced to recall, and they probably had to wait a little longer before showing themselves up that early because they were clearly at a disadvantage.
The kick is true. Spear Destruction, Panda sees it. She's going to back off. But again, the initiation, again, a final slash thrown out from Fumieko. She's going to be collapsed down on a shadow kill is going to be popped out. Fumieko one hit away. She goes back with a vengeance. Finally going down to Arya. Turtle for the taking, and Vivalt just around the corner. Goes in, takes the turtle from under the noses. Now Nicolette on the run. She can't escape Vivian. The fight's still breaking out as Arya takes a little bit of damage. Still forced out, but can't run away as Arya falls as well. Team Vitality again finds the win.
How is Vival still able to stay alive despite all that? Oh, wait, Vivian actually gets taken down. Cindy, she might just be in danger here, but is able to get out of the turret anyway. So she is able to keep herself safe. But going back, that was Vival, who, by the way, already got pinned down by the heavy spin. There was Sayori, there was Ashley nearby, Arya too, doing a lot just to try take her down, but it still wasn't enough. This is the threat of Vival on the Lancelot, who, by the way, in case you missed it, secured the first turtle away from Gaming Gladiators in game number 1 with the exact same way she did it here in game number 3.
They're looking for more here. Vivian out on the wins. She does have the Way of the Dragon, no flicker available, so she's going to be spotted out by Sayori. I'm not sure if GG still wants to look to pick a fight before the turtle comes up. Still a little bit away here. So they'll go ahead and get in position, but they find themselves 2K under now against Team Vitality, and this is the thing. You don't want to replicate what's happened the past 2 games. You know, you wait too long to try to turn things around, especially with a carry on your side. That's not going to be where you want to be. So they'll go ahead and get their resets in. Turtle comes up in 20, and you'll see GG kind of get in position. They have to play around this. Fumieko jump in. Fury the Phoenix is going to be used, but nothing after that.
That is some insane pressure onto Nicolette. They knew that Nicolette was all alone, but now Gaming Gladiators, will they still try to look for something? Oh no, just
they're gonna go. Fumieko goes in again, final slash to be able to find 2. Panda in trouble, tries to get out. Vivian not able to find the connection. A heavy spin, but Viva will jump in under the turret. She doesn't care. Makes work and finds Panda, and now the turtle is up.
You know how the Lancelot was just recently adjusted, which makes the dashes so much more easier. I never expected to see it be this smooth. Okay, SOD. Oh no, they go for it.
So gonna go for it. Takes a couple shots. Fumieko making her way to final slash with the flicker. And Nicolette had nowhere to go. Team Vitality is not letting up at all. The buff's gonna be worked on now too. They go in, swoop it in, and it's Cindy that gets the purple buff.
Just as you thought you were safe. Even Nicolette, I feel like she already thought she was safe during that moment, but the flicker final slash just to secure that kill was too much. The abyssal arrows as well, they're limiting so much from what Gaming Gladiators could do. They rely so much on positioning and looking for those setups, but they couldn't go in just yet, knowing that Team Vitality, there's a potential Way of the Dragon. There are these abyssal arrows just constantly going in, and there's another one landing on Ashley. It seems like Gaming Gladiators are doing their best just to defend this tier 1 in mid.
That's so tough. I mean, even when you try to get some space to work around with, you know, we always see this when teams are up against the Selena, dodging those arrows, watching out for those traps, and then she's got a purple buff on top of it. It's tiresome work, and that's what's going to be here for GG to deal with. And that's why we're trying to see them hold on to this turret so hard. But Vivian has been in the same spot too, and that's the threat with a Cho. Look, she's going to go in, finds the kick right there on the way of the Dragon under the turret. Implosion going to be used into the Fury of Phoenix. Turret still weren't gone. Vivian might get taken out as Arya picks up the kill. Cine on the run. Couple shots from Panda, but GG at least finding something.
That was great positioning and holding of the brush from Vivian, I must say, the mother of tanks. But that might have been a little too overzealous. Hold on, Nicolette. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was a great engage, but the follow-up might have been lacking.
Here's the play. She goes in. Spear missed there too. City in trouble. Panda. She's so low. She does find Shell. So she picks up Panda. Gonna be okay, but Fumieko jumps in, gets her ankles broken by Nicolette. But Nicolette gonna be fine. Ashley here to help. Fumieko still wants to go. Sacred Hammer gonna keep her okay. Nicolette has dealt with this pressure all game. And now the Lord is up. GG's down almost 4,000 gold. Are they in a position to contest this objective?
They might have to consider whether or not they want to go for that. I mean, they have both ultimates from Ashley and Arya, so they might be a little confident in doing this, especially as they were also able to do quite a number of outplays down bottom. Earlier, we saw how they were able to win against the sister connection, the duo of Team Vitality, even just as we thought that Shell could have still survived that. But now it's clear that Gaming Gladiators might want to hold on to this current position that they currently have, but it's gonna be it could just be quick for Team Vitality to catch up. I mean, they just have to look out for the SOD, and then eventually they can catch up to the team fights. There's the conceal already committed, however, from Gaming Gladiators, and they weren't able to find any targets. So that might be one thing Team Vitality could. Oh my goodness! Look at these two roamers.
This is the standoff we've been seeing all over.
Who's the real winner of tanks?
Well, right now it's Team Vitality has done a whole lot. They haven't lost a game yet, and it's not looking too good. Nicolette gonna be in trouble. She goes in with it. Still fight it out. Gonna pop the regen. Vivian will back off. Still a whole lot of limit testing between both teams, but with Team Vitality in this lead, they should be able to head and go get this Lord. It's already in position for them, but they still look to be respecting the lineup of GG.
And the waves. The waves are such a huge tool. It feels like Nicolette always has to deal with it. And it's not like she could show herself up too far away from the base, because Vivian is always accompanying Shell.
Yeah.
So one crucial mistake from Nicolette could cost them the objective, could cost them the Lord. And you know how decisive Team Vitality is, but they go for Vival.
Implosion already used, but maybe not the target to be going for here. Waves are pushed in on the bottom side. Look at Nicolette, she's in trouble. Show will pick up the kill, and now she's just gonna push it down. GG has no choice but to respond. Spear Destruct gonna be used, and they force a fight as Arya goes down as well.
This is what we've been saying. The waves, they're too difficult to manage. And one crucial mistake from Nicolette, now it cost them the Lord. It was just all hypothetical earlier, but now it finally happens. And how unfortunate is it for Gaming Gladiators, who are now forced to defend? At least for them, they have setups, they have the implosion, they have the heavy spin, but they have to use it on the right targets.
Vivian jumps in, goes in with the Way of the Dragon anyway. Implosion to respond. Immortality going to be popped, and Panda flickers defensively. All fighting on the turret as the Fury of the Phoenix goes down, and they finally find Vivian, but Nicolette is gone as well as Arya. Team Vitality with a massive lead will just win the fight.
That was a bold decision from Team Vitality. They did not wait for the Lord. They just went in for the Way of the Dragon. There was a slight miscalculation in terms of angle, which led to Vivian getting punished either way. But it seems like they don't mind. They gain access to the inhibitor turrets. They pop the holy shields, and they already took out the inhibitor turret down bottom either way. So they have the Lord already gaining access to the base, but Vivian, she is yet to catch up. So they might just respect Gaming Gladiators for now. If you look at their overall capability to defend, somehow Panda 1 already has the Trinity either way, and this is still Sayori we're talking about. I believe there could be a great combo coming from the Fury of the Phoenix and either of their setup or ultimates. They just have to time it well enough. But Team Vitality, they might have just learned from their previous games. They do not want to give that opening anymore to Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, this is the troublesome part, though. You're finding yourself 8,000 gold behind, and Gaming Gladiators lineup when they're looking for, say, to follow up on Ashley's implosion. You know, are you able to actually withstand what, even if you get a pick off, it's like, are you able to withstand that fight after it breaks out? And that's the biggest question for them, because yes, Panda might have that trinity of items, but the hardest thing is surviving, you know, and Team Vitality right now with this kind of lead, they have so many options to go at off angles, especially when you throw in Fumi Echo's R-Lot. That's what we've seen her do time and time again now, twice throughout this series, and she's been on point with the final slashes.
Yep. Keeping the fights long enough, allowing for Panda to deal the damage and survive. But how do you do just that? Look at Ashley, even with just 1 or 2 of the
yeah,
it's brought down to half HP, but wait, they don't know where Nicolette is. They deny the purple buff either way though. Oh, it didn't matter. Oh no, and the Abyssal Arrow too. See, there's just an endless list of problems for Gaming Gladiators at this point.
it's like a checklist that they're constantly looking for, because it's either, you know, the arrows or the final slashes like this. This is why I was saying, you know, and I think our panelists said the same thing. They shared the same sentiments when that Selena came through. It's a constant battle to watch out for these arrows, to watch out for the traps like we mentioned. And, you know, you take a couple of those shots, that bit of health that is burned down could make a difference right now in the fact that they're facing a huge gold deficit, and even the conceal being used. You know, this is tough for Gaming Gladiators. They're going to have to pull out a miracle, really, to get in a position to contest, or maybe they just defend in the base here.
I mean, you try to think of other areas where they can come from, the other surprises they can attempt to. Oh, there they go!
They go in, they find the lockdown this time. Fumi Echo taken out of the picture. Could they turn it around? A Spirit of Destruction goes forward, but and Shell still on the bottom side. She joins the fight. They're going to find Nicolette, and now are you in trouble? Flicker is on out, but Shell will find her. Cine getting the kill. 2 members down for Gaming Gladiators. And Team of Vitality will take that, and they'll go for the Lord.
Vivian just goes back to her post. She just makes sure that the other remaining members of Gaming Gladiators are not able to go any further. Oh no, Ashley though, she's
Ashley.
right here!
Shoots on forward. Divil on the hunt for Ashley. Fury the Phoenix could be dropped down. Shell 2 checked by Panda. So the damage is there for Panda, but like we're seeing, there's too much that they have to cover to win these fights, Brigida.
I'd say Gaming Gladiators, whenever they decide to go for a fight, yes, they do go all in, but they don't get what's necessary for them to win in other areas of the map, which is why up to this point we're seeing it isn't that bad of a KDA fight. That's like one or only one kill, which hasn't been participating in overall for Gaming Gladiators, but still not gonna be enough. The player for Vivian, they have to watch out the one and to get a crucial pick too.
See how this is out the Lord. It's almost a Fury the Phoenix down. That'll kill down to Shell. Hold on these turrets that can. A winner clear up. Get his turret up. Wolf jump. But all the spirits are for GG.
Okay. They take that and they are forced to retreat for now. It was a confident take from Team Vitality. Still decided to go in. The Fury have already committed allies. Like Gaming Gladiators capitalize on this opportunity. Already lost members, want to make the most